God bless America. Hello, everybody. I am the Talk Radio Protege. This is the Protege program. Thank you for joining me on this Thursday. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying your week. The Nunes memo is set to drop tomorrow. I know that many people in the right-leaning camp will be excited about that, anticipating its release. This is going to be the proof that the FBI was abusing the FISA court and was biased against Trump. I hate to be a wet blanket thrown on the party, but I think I do need to remind you that for consistency's sake, we do need to demand verification of the allegations that are in the Nunes memo. I say that today. I have no doubt that I will be very excitedly covering the memo tomorrow in anticipation of the verification of some of those events. But if the Nunes memo goes unverified for an extended amount of time, then it would be unfair of me to say that we must continue to accept the Nunes memo as truth while I continue to reject the Trump-Russia dossier as false, given that they are, at that point, they would be both unverified. I anticipate that there will be some battles over the Nunes memo. We're probably not going to have the truth on the allegations in the memo for months, most in all likelihood. I would be very surprised if the memo was verifiably true within a short period of time. But until then, we have other things that we can talk about. For instance, apparently, allegedly, Trump asked Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General, if he was, quote, on my team. And you might think, well, why shouldn't the president be allowed to ask his cabinet members, the staff of his executive, what would you call the DOJ in this? What's the word that I'm looking for? Organizations doesn't feel like the right word, but it's the closest I can get. Why shouldn't the president expect that the people that staff his organizations, his agencies, there we go, be on his team, work for his agenda? And the talking point from the left has been, well, the DOJ, the FBI, they're supposed to be independent of the executive branch. They're dealing with legalities and actual justice. They shouldn't be beholden to the president. Well, I would like to point backwards to 2013, and I would like to remind everybody of a time when there was a member of the DOJ who said those exact words about President Obama, that he was on President Obama's team. And who would that be? That would be Attorney General Eric Holder saying, I'm still the president's wingman. So if Eric Holder is allowed to be on Obama's team, why is Rod Rosenstein not allowed to be on President Trump's team? This is just standard operating procedure for the Democrats and for the left, is saying that the Republicans and the right are just guilty of what the Democrats and the left do. It's one of the four things that SJWs will always do to you, is that SJWs and the left and the Democrats alike will always project the things that they're guilty of doing, they'll accuse their enemies of doing. It's almost as if they know that the things they're doing are wrong, and if they can get the accusations to stick on their opponents, then their opponents' reputations and prospects and what have you will be tarnished by those accusations. But the Democrats and the left are rarely, if ever, tarnished by the accusations that they themselves level at other people, even when they are in fact guilty of those things. The FBI has been verifiably exposed as being biased in favor of Hillary Clinton in the email probe. You might even say politicized, but the left seems to be able to just somehow turn that accusation around and say, no, actually it's the Republicans that are politicizing this whole process. Now, I'll give you an example. And I wish I had pulled this up. I wasn't originally going to talk about it. I was just going to talk about Rosenstein and Eric Holder, but this is obviously a very, very short video. It's probably going to be much shorter than my typical video is, or just, it seems to me like the news cycle this week has been especially slow and redundant. I feel like if I were to talk about the top story on the Drudge Report every day this week, it would be talking about some of the same things over and over again. But, what did I hear? I heard it on the way in to work today, and I heard it while listening to a different radio program this afternoon. And I'm not going to be able to think of it without spending a lot of time just thinking in silence. But it was an accusation leveled against the Republicans by a Democrat, and it was on a national television program, probably some cable news program. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. I'll have to link it in the description if I can find a source for it. But that's gonna do it for this video. I know it was short. There's just wasn't a lot in the news today that caught my eye that made me think, okay, this is something that I can talk for 20 minutes about. So, nevertheless, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you'll leave a like and subscribe. Come back every weekday. I'm doing new videos, so hit the bell for notifications. You won't want to miss those. Until next time, good night and God bless.